Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Russ, the nutrition lady. If this is your first time here, hello. If it's your second time back, welcome back. Thanks for supporting. Today we're going to talk about combating the quarantine 15. With this topic, we're going to get down deep into some strategies to help us get back on track. While we've been inside social distancing, you may have noticed that your buttons on your pants have also started social distancing. That's okay, it happens. It's a real thing, and this topic today is not intended to make anyone feel bad about having gained weight or getting off track of their health routine while social distancing. It's normal. That's what happens whenever your routine is interrupted. Things don't always look the same. So if you are beating yourself up about gaining weight during this time, stop it. It's not that deep. Pump the brakes. Today we're going to get through it. We're going to get through this whole thing together. We're going to leave here knowing where to start. So while our routine has changed, you may have noticed that we are in the habit of just mindlessly eating. We're making one too many trips to the refrigerator, the snack drawer, or the pantry just because it's really only so many things you can do inside, and eating is a go-to. It's just there. It happens to the best of us. Self-isolation itself can be a stressful time. Mind you that we are able to go outside, but being in these four walls all day, every day, and just, things on the news and just what everything's changing and the uncertainty of it all can definitely be stressful. So with stress, our body responds to it, especially around food. It alters the way that we eat, what we eat, how we eat, when we eat. All of that is altered whenever we're stressed out. And so what that looks like in terms of food is that we're seeking things that are high fat, high sugar, high carb, because that's what happens whenever you're stressed. So in regards to the science, what's happening? So whenever you have a stressful event, your body goes into fight or flight mode there. Whenever that happens, your body releases stress hormones, mainly like cortisol, epinephrine, norepinephrine. Those are the main stress hormones that are released. And so when that happens, your liver and your muscles squeeze out sugar to give you energy to fight or flight. This is to fight off something, to either run, scream, kick, yell, whatever. Your body's giving you that energy to do that from a stressful event. What is stress? We all know. It could be your kid knocking on the door while you're in a Zoom meeting. Your boss consistently IMing you about a deadline. Or your internet goes out and you can't do anything. All of those things are stressful. And so we'll handle the situation. We'll get the kids, in a place. We'll tell our boss, okay, we got it. We'll figure out how to reconnect our internet. Okay, got it, boom. Okay, after that stress is over, we start seeking food. We may grab candy from the candy drawer. We may go to the pantry and grab some crackers or however. And we just may naturally do it. Wasn't even thinking about food prior to all of that. And so that's that fight or flight, right? You needed something to eat. And so it's a very primitive mechanism in our body giving us that energy to fight off something. Now, mind you, since it is primitive, we're getting the energy to fight off a bear. But we didn't fight off a bear. We fought off a toddler, and an internet issue. None that required us to get up and fight. Now, we just ate something and maybe consistently ate on a few things. And that energy that we didn't use to fight off a bear is now stored as fat. That's what happens in stress eating. It's a cyclical deal there. Stress, eat, continue to eat, weight gain, then get stressed back out, and then it just keeps going, right? So today, we're gonna learn how to break that pattern of that stressful eating, that boredom eating. We're gonna break that pattern. So where do you start? Simple as this, hunger. What is hunger? Are you hungry? Every time you decide to eat, ask yourself, why am I eating? Am I really hungry? Or is something else going on? And so that something else going on is that stress eating, that emotional eating. So what does hunger mean? Physical hunger is that rumbling in your stomach, you're fatigued, You have cloudy memory. Your mood changes, which is hangry. Your mouth may feel a little cottony, a little dry. All those things are signs of hunger, and hunger is not very specific on what it wants to eat. Now remember, I said stress eating, you want cakes, cookies, pies, chips. Hunger, you would eat an apple, you would eat a cucumber, you would eat anything just to stop those hunger pains, right? So it's not specific. You need to satisfy a need there. So that's hunger. Now what makes it so tricky is that we have lost that sense of connecting with hunger. We typically only eat when we have hit that ravenous part where we just need to eat anything, and when we do eat, we eat so much of it because we're past the point of no return. So that's the first thing, is assessing what hunger is. And so I'm going to share with you a hunger fullness scale. I'll put it somewhere here, or I may put it in the description box below, but you will have it. And that hunger scale is basically a mindful eating technique where you look at where you are. Like, am I at a point where I'm like neutral? I can eat, I cannot eat. That's neutral. So that's like a level 5 there. If you're there, that's a time where you say, you know what? Maybe I need to get up, take a walk, fold some clothes, do something just to change up the routine there. Emotional hunger only lasts, that trigger only lasts about 10-15 minutes. So if you're in that neutral place, like I'm not really hungry, I don't really know, and maybe it's an emotional thing, try to give yourself some time, 10, 15, 20 minutes to do something else. And more times than not, when you come after that 20 minutes, you're not even thinking about it. You may get into the next task and you're not even hungry there. So I'll share with you that hunger fullness scale so you can start asking yourself, you know, where am I in regards to hunger there. Also the fullness part, whenever you're eating, you can stop part way in your meal and say, you know, am I full? Am I satisfied? Or am I overly stuffed? Okay, so the second strategy to figure out how to get back on track is your plate. What you put on your plate, and also the size of your plate. So typically we'll eat on these large dinner plates. That's not what we normally grab. And if you have a large space, you're gonna fill up a lot of space. But the ideal plate here is a 9 by 9.5 inch wide plate. This is the plate we should be eating off of. And so most households, what this look like is your salad plate. And this is actually the actual plate you're supposed to be eating off of. So how to divide up your plate to prevent yourself from overeating is half the plate is going to be your fruits and vegetables, or just all vegetables, like your non-starchy vegetables. So that's going to be your broccoli, your green beans, your cabbage, your bok choy, or just a nice salad can be on this half of the plate. And then 1/4 of the plate is going to be your starch, your whole grains there. So what that's going to be is like your brown rice, your whole grain pasta, your potatoes, your rice, white rice, or however. That's what's going to be on that 1/4 of the plate. And so what that looks like in terms of measurements is going to be a 1/2 cup. And then the other 1/4 of the plate is going to be your lean protein. So it's going to be chicken, it's going to be pork, it's going to be fish. If you're doing plant-based proteins, it's going to be your tofu, it's going to be your edamame there. That's what's going to be on that other 1/4 of the plate. Now, you can have some fat on this plate. It's going to be like 2 tablespoons, so like going to be 2 thumb size worth of fat. So like butter or avocado or some type of oil. That's about the size that you need there for this plate. So if you're eating that way, this plate is going to be about 400, 450 calories if you're using, you know, a low fat cooking technique. So if you're just doing like pan searing or grilling, sauteing, that's what it's going to be there. Now if you're frying. Strategy 3. Now we have the plate full of food. All right. Now we're going to pace ourselves, because one of the things, especially in these busy times, we eat now, we taste later, we rush through our food. And so with that, the body is primitive. Just know that it's not that complex, it's not that fast when it comes to a lot of things. It takes 20 minutes for your stomach and your head to have a conversation on if you've had enough. So if you're blowing through your meal and under 20 minutes, you stand the chance of overeating. And you may end up going back for seconds because your body hasn't had enough time to say, I had enough. So if you know you're one to be a fast eater, just casually set a timer on your phone or maybe a timer on the microwave and just let it go, eat like normal. And if the timer has not gone off and you're done with your food, you say, okay, I know I have not given myself enough time to figure out if I am full or not. Then take that time to drink some water, keep yourself busy, just to step away from it. Because if you're sitting there, you're gonna start just mindlessly just picking at something, you have something there, or going back and nibbling on a few things. Just step away from it there. And then after 20 minutes, if you feel like, you know what? I'm not at that satisfied level on that hunger scale. I'm not there yet. I still feel like I can eat a bear. If you feel like that, then go back. But now be strategic. Go back for things that you know that's gonna fill you up. Go back for those non-starchy vegetables. You can even go back for a little bit more protein there. Those are the things that's gonna have a staying power for you. It's gonna fill you up. And again, drink some more water, because you just could be, like I said, dehydrated. You know, you satisfy your hunger, but you haven't satisfied your thirst. Number 4, accountability. So you've made these changes, and some of these changes could be a little unnatural. You know, most people don't sit down and ask myself, am I hungry? Or plate my food a certain way, pacing myself. That's a lot of new things, right? So you need some accountability. And so with the accountability, it could be simple as journaling. Writing down what you're eating, when you're eating. Putting that little note down of, you know, where is my hunger? You know, there. Am I 1, 2, 3, 4? How did I feel after the meal? Am I a 7? Am I a 10? Did I overeat? Let's do it for a week, because this is something that's not natural. But also, you need to know where you are with this. Are you, when you go back and look at it, are you eating a large snack at 3 o'clock because that's the most stressful period of the day? That's when you get all the emails and you just grabbing things. Or are you go a long period of time without eating, and then when you do eat, you eat a lot, you know, there. Change. It helps you be very strategic and very specific on what you need to change. You have formed this habit of mindlessly eating, boredom eating. So it's going to take a little bit of a time to get into this new way of thinking about, you know, am I hungry, you know, plating my food and pacing myself and writing. Also, if you need more personalized one-on-one assistance with all of this, because you have tried this multiple times and it just didn't work, or you just need more prescriptive advice because you may have some underlying issues going on, just know I am a registered and licensed dietitian, and I do have a website you can find at myrdwellness.com. I'll put it in the description box below, and from there you can check out my blog post. It gives you extra tips and tricks. Also, I have packages on there. I have meal plans, even some trial meal plans, 3-day samples. If you want to try out a few different things there and you like that structure, I have it at myrdwellness.com. So definitely check that website out, and from there you can get to me personally messaging me through that website, and we can set up some time to just have a chat. Thank you again for joining in on the Nutrition Lady. I'm Russ, and I hope to see you all back. Bye.